When Congress expanded the Medicaid program in this bill, instead of just saying states get extra money for these new people we want you to cover, and you can take or leave that extra money for those extra people, what they said is, if you don't take the extra money and you don't add those extra people, you lose everything. You lose everything in Medicaid that you've been working on for 45 years. You lose $256 billion and $250 billion more dollars that we're throwing in the pot. The justices seemed almost evenly divided over whether the conditions that were linked with the expansion of the Medicaid program were so coercive that the states were left with no choice and rendered all of the Medicaid expansions unconstitutional. But there were a few other times today when the justices, during the severability argument or during the mandate argument, seemed to assume that the mandate would be struck down. Let me give you one example. During the argument today on Medicaid, the Solicitor General of the United States made the argument that, well, we can trust the political branches not to pass unconstitutional laws. And Scalia said, well, we would have thought that for the mandate. Political constraints didn't work very well for that. So in other words, Scalia seemed to almost be speaking for the court, and not just himself, that he thought the mandate was unconstitutional. So when you read all of the transcripts, when you see all of their expressions, I think the court majority was pretty clear, and the rest of the justices seemed resigned today that the mandate will likely be struck down. The only question is, are they going to strike the rest of the statute down? Are they going to have to reach these difficult Medicaid issues or not? The justices will vote as early as tomorrow, but likely in a few days, to give a preliminary indication of what their opinion is on the different issues. And then the senior justice on each side will assign the initial opinion. And then what happens, generally with a decision of this magnitude, it's issued in the last day. But their internal deliberations include exchanging drafts, and other justices sometimes that'll switch the vote. Sometimes a justice could say, I'm no longer in the dissent, I'm going to join the majority, or vice versa. But more likely, and I don't think this is going to be a case where votes are going to switch. There might be concurrences, there might be additional opinions written. I think this is going to be such an important decision that there won't be just one majority and one dissent. And I expect the decision June 28 or June 29.